I'm going to say something most people in Web3 OTC business development won't admit publicly. You cannot know for sure if a project will take an OTC deal. Not 100%, not ever. But what you can do and what professionals actually do is identify pressure points clearly that rejecting OTC deals becomes harder than accepting it. Today I'll show you how I was able to spot the pressure points for this project, which led to sealing a $1 million OTC deal, and I was able to earn more than $9,000 on commission just for this project alone. This has always blown my mind, but 75% of you who watch my videos have not yet subscribed to the channel. Look, it doesn't hurt to hit on the subscribe button. Try it right now and see. Have you done that? Alright, let's move back to the video. Now, before explaining how I was able to get this project that earned me over $9,000 in commission, let's do a quick recap of what business development in the Web3 space is all about as regards OTC deals specifically. So in short, when we're talking about BD as relates to Web3 and OTC, it's basically getting leads for projects. Just like in marketing, where you're getting random users for a project, in business development, the leads you're getting are other Web3 projects. This is similar to collab management, but then the stakes are much higher here. Now, here's an example. As you can see, this project invests its own capital into other projects, and most times this investment comes as token sale but at a discounted price. But then your job in all of this as a BD is to find interested projects that need investment and bring them to this project. And for every successful lead you introduce to this investment project, you are paid a commission. Now, the commission varies based on the agreements both projects have after discussion. Now, I just needed to explain these basics for viewers who are not familiar with the role of a BD. But if you want to know more about the role, I'll drop the link to this document in the description of this video. It's actually a class I held some months back where I explained the foundation of what business development in the Web3 landscape is all about. Now, one thing you need to know about these OTC deals is that it is not attractive to most projects by default. Web3 founders don't wake up wanting to sell tokens at discounts, and this is because it will introduce some external selling pressure to the market, even if it's gradual, which is why OTC is only attractive under very specific conditions. And your job is to find out if a project is under those conditions or pressures that OTC uniquely solves. Now, I'm going to give you 3 types of pressure points or conditions that consistently lead to OTC decisions. But before then, I want you to understand this, that you cannot force OTC demand. What you can do instead is to build a watch list of about 20 to 30 projects or even more. Track these projects and even create rapport with them, but only pitch when these pressure points or conditions become visible. Now, what are these 3 pressure points or conditions? The first on the list is the control pressure. The second one is the token structure pressure, and the third one, which is the most important one, is the cash flow pressure. Now let's pick the first one, which is the control pressure. You would notice this specifically when community mods shut down price stocks aggressively, or when the founders stop tweeting about metrics, or maybe when the market makers are underperforming. But then this is not enough for you to start pitching OTC deal. Instead, it's for you to pay attention closely to the project and do more research to find other pressure points or conditions. Now, the second pressure point you should look out for is the token structure pressure. Now, the first thing you check here is the unlock schedule, which you can find in CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. And what you're looking for is to see if there are any upcoming token unlocks. You can toggle between these upcoming and past to see if there are any upcoming token unlocks. And from this project, there are no upcoming token unlocks. And you can also check the past to see the past token unlocks that has happened. The next thing you'll be looking out for is the liquidity, and you'll be checking if the liquidity is between 0 to 200. Now for this project, they have a very fair liquidity. You can also look at the volume to see if the volume is high enough. Now, the reason why these things are important to check is because if a token unlock is coming and the liquidity is thin and the volume is not high enough, there's possibility and every high chance that the token unlock will create a massive sell pressure on the market, which would create fraud in the overall market and in the overall community. Now, OTC becomes very useful in this situation because it helps to absorb the massive sell pressure that would have occurred if those token unlocks have been released into the market just like that. Now, the third type of pressure point to look out for, which is the most important, is the cash flow pressure. And this is when a project needs to raise funds quickly, not because they are broke, but because the value is locked in tokens and not cash. And you get to notice this when projects tend to announce their roadmaps, but the execution is very slow. This third option is how I was able to land this $1 million BD deal. And what I found out during my research is that this project is an RWA project that needs funding for a building structure. And I was also very fortunate and lucky because even though I didn't check the other options and the other conditions, this project was also having some token unlocks which worked in my favor. But for you, it's important that you look out for at least 2 or 3 of these conditions when you're researching projects to reach out to. Now, it's possible that you could find a very good project and quality project and still end up not sealing the deal because you don't know how to communicate effectively, thereby losing the project and losing more than $9,000. Which is why in the pitch right guide, I gave a template that you can follow that is specific for a BD. Now, if there's one thing I hope this video changed for you, it's this. Projects don't necessarily reject you because you're bad at pitching. They reject you because your pitch shows up before the pressure does, or your pitch speaks to the wrong pressure point entirely. And that's why the pitch right guide doesn't just teach you fancy words, but it teaches you how to align your pitch with timing, psychology, and fear. So if you want to learn more about the pitch right guide, click on the link in the description to have a full information about what you'll learn and what you tend to benefit from the pitch right guide. See you in my next video.